ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. And shot call to be known with them niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the top dog. Funny how we see vanity, not the lives lost. Can't be focused on a life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you. I had your life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me. But that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name. Now we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas. Not knowing that them handcuffs custom made the face. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I ain't lying, I was close to dying. Knew I wanted to live, but I wasn't trying. I was defiant, not knowing that this ain't how we live. This just how they design it. Cause when you in them streets, you get more endemic. They don't tell you gonna be on papers and on restrictions. My father said a hard head'll make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap. I thank the Lord for the day I was on Lake Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court. Found the DC school, I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and I started running fast. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. Go ahead. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Isupk until it hit the fan. I want power and a throne, nigga, fuck them grams. All I wanted was to be a gangster, but I was real as a righteous man. And now got the upper hand, gotta promote this brand. Correct whole multitudes until they all understand. If I can't get that crown, Lord, then put me in the hands of someone more mighty, make me this hit man.
Test 1, 2. I'm peeking on the joint. Count. Most on Christ, the water, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's clap it up. Damn right. Let's get right into it, man. Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah Brakatah to all my brothers. Yahweh Shemal Atah Bashim Al-Shah to all my sisters. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. UPK out here in Durham, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? We about to get into this Sabbath service. Priest and Officer 500 Thabawan holding it down. Got my brother Officer 500 Mahayar, and we're going to hold it down together. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get right into it. First things first, we're going to get into these prayers in just a minute. I don't got to call you up, bro. Remember? Yeah. We just, we're going, just the way they ran it for the feast. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you're going to be, essentially conducting it, and I'm just, overseeing the joint for all intents and purposes. Okay? So with that, what we're going to start off with is the brother's going to go ahead and, let me get the piece, Salakia. It helps. Where'd you get it, by the way? Where'd you get that joint? Well, we got to find a place that has one just like this. My grandmother got one. No sweat. We got to get another one for the school. But that's to the water, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the brother's going to go ahead and blow the horn, and we're going to begin to conduct the Sabbath by calling up the first brother. You got it, Doc? Yanazar, Banya Hawada, Banya Sha'ala. How about Shemal Shabrakatah?
Check, check. All right. You know what I'm saying? With that, Amadium, which means to stand. Wapanya Kodam, which means rise and face the east. All right. Start out with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'a, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Latananawa, Lacham, Cow, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Habawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatyanawa, Wala'a, Tabia'ainawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Habashainawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wataparat, Lawalunium, Aman.
In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayalaka, Al Takarash, Wa Al Tashakwat, Al Kayahana, Iwabyaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, Yarayamwa, Sawada, Wayata, Ya'itazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarawa, Lakawa, Wanakakiram, Magalia, Wala'a, Yazakor, Shamyashala, Awada, Kaya, Nawa'itazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Aholia, Adawam, Wayashamai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wamawan, Wamalak, Palashath, Am Yeshabia, Tazawur, Gam Ashur, Nalawa, Amam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labaya Lawat, Salah, Ashalaham, Kamadian, Kasaya, Saraa, Kayabian, Banakal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayanda Ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yabmawa, Ka'arab, Wakazaba, Wakazabak, Wakatazal, Manai, Kaunasai Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Ah, Na'awa, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Lapanyaraka, Kaash, Tabayaira, Yaira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Harayam, Khan, Taradatma, Basa Iraka, Wabasa, Wapatka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Waya, Bakwashwa, Shimka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahawa, Ayaid, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya, Dawa, Kaya, Ata, Shimka, Yahawa, Labarka, Al Yawan, Al Kaharataza.
Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasha'Allah may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes, as Zabah and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Aisha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahariyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yatham, Lamawat, Wagalka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Sharamor, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yabamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamor, Atnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamor, Tazaaka, Waba wa'aka. Mayata. Wa'aida walam.
Unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
Which means a turn. Yeshua, which means to be seated. We're going to pick back up where we left off at. You know what I'm saying? The diligent Yanazar going to read it for us in that Hebrew.
The book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 36. In the Hebrew, Wapar, Kata'ath, for Aisha, Layawum, Al, Hakakararium, Wakatath, Al, Hamazaka Bak, Hamad Zabak, Baka Parak, Ba, Kaka Raka. Okay. Bakaparaka. Aliyawa. Wamash Shakath. Wamashakath. Athwa. Wakwadashwa. Verse 37. Oh, I got to read it in English. Oh, so Khan, I don't Khan. I got it. Verse 37. Shaba'aith. Yamayam. Fakapar, Al, Hamazabak, Wakadashtha, Wakadashath, Athwa, Wayhaya, Hamazabak, Kodash, Kodashium, Kal, Hanagai. Bama Zaba Mazak. Bama Zabak. Yakadash. Verse 38. Wazah Ashar. For Aisha Al Hamazabak Kabashiam Banya Shana Shanyam Layawum Famayak. That's it. Oh, Famayad. Famayad. Verse 39. Af. Oh no, can't talk now. Af. Hakabash. Akkad. Ha'akad. That's one, right? One. Aisha. Khan, out of one Khan. Babakwar. Wa'af. Hakabash. Hashanya. For Aisha. Bayawa. Bayan. Salakia. Bayan. Ha'ai Rabbayam. Verse 40. Wa'aisharan. Salak. Salath. Balawal. Bashaman. Kafayath. Rabbi. Hahayan. Wabasaka. Wanasak. Wanasaka. Or Wanasak. Rabbi Yath. Hahayan. Yayan. Lakabash. What? Masalaka. Aha. Akkad. Ha'akad. Oh man, how could I miss that? Anyway, 41, verse 41 in the Hebrew. Salakia. Wa'af. Hagabash. Hashanya. For Aisha. Bayan. Ha'ai Rabbayam. Ka Mashanath. Shanakath. Is it Shanakath? Kama Shanathath. Shakanath. Yeah, 41 next to the end of the top. Kama Nakth. Kamanakath. Habakwar. Wakansaka. Okay. Waka Nasaka. Wanasaka. Waka Nasaka. Okay. For Aisha. Laha. Larayath. Oh, okay. Larayak. Nanyath. Kak. Nayakaka. Nayakaka. Asha. Layahayawa. Layahawa. Layahawa. 41. Verse 41. Wa'ath. Hakabash. Hashanya. Fa'aisha. Bayan. Ha'ai. Ha. Ara. Bayam. Kamanath. Fath. Kamana. Kaf. Kamana kaf. Oh, I'm doing 41. Kama nakaf. Hakakwar. Habakwar. Salakia. Wakan Nasaka. This is the same one, right? Yeah, this is. Salakia. 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 Verse 42. Alath. Thamayad. Ladara. Hayakum. Ladarakiakum. Ladarafiakum. Ladarafiakum. Pathak. Ahol. Mawa'id. Lapanya. Yahweh. Ashar. Awa'ad. Lakam. Shema. Ladabar. Aliyaka. Shem. The book of Exodus in the English, chapter 29, verse 36. And thou shalt offer every day a bullock for a sin offering, for atonement. And thou shalt cleanse the altar when thou hast made an atonement for it, and thou shalt anoint it to sanctify it. Verse 37. 7 days thou shalt make an atonement for the altar and sanctify it, and it shall be an altar most holy. Whatsoever touches the altar shall be holy. Verse 38. Now this is that which thou shalt offer upon the altar: 2 lambs of the first year, day by day, continually. Verse 39. The one lamb thou shalt offer in the morning, and the other lamb thou shalt offer at even. Verse 40. And with the one lamb, a 10th deal of flour mingled with the 4th part of it, of an hin of beaten oil, and the 4th part of an hin of wine for a drink offering. Verse 41. And the other lamb thou shalt offer at even, and shalt do thereto according to the meat offering of the morning, and according to the drink offering thereof, for a sweet savor, and offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 42. This shall be a continuing burnt offering throughout your generations at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord, where I will meet you to speak there unto thee.
All right, and with that, just Idiom up here. Call up the next brother. Officer Pryor, you mind present yourself, please?
Officer Kaparia, Banya Howard, Banya Shala. Banya Howard, Banya Shala.
So your job is up here.
No sweat, because you looked at your phone. I thought you was looking. Yeah. No sweat. No sweat. Exodus chapter 29, verse 43. Con. I'm going to go ahead and read it in the Hebrew real quick, right? Oh, please.
The book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 43. Wana Adathia. Shema. Labanaya. Yasha'ala. Wana Kwadash. Bakabadia. Verse 44. Wakwadash Wakwa Dash Wakwada Shathya Ath Ahal Mawa'id Wa'ath Hamazabak Wa'ath Aharan Wa'ath Banaya Banyawa Akwadash Labahan Lakahan Laya. Verse 45. Washa kwa natia. Batawak. Banya. Yasha'ala. Waha Yayathya. Lahasa. La'alahayam. Salake. Laham. La'alahayam. Verse 45. Verse 46. Wayada'aiwa. Kaya. Anya. Yahweh. Alahayaham. Ashar. Hawataza Athya. Atham. Ma'arataza. Matazarayam. Lashakanaya. Lashakanya. Bata Wakam. Anya. Yahweh. Alahayaham. The book of Exodus, chapter 30, verse 1. Wa'aish Yath. Wa I Shayath. Mazabak. Makwa Tar. Makwatar. Quadarath. Atazaya. Shatayim. Daisha. Athwa.
That's Athwa, right?
Athawa. Which verse I'm stopping at? Okay, cool. Verse 2. Ama. Arakawa. Arakwa. Okay. What does that mean? Ama. Rakabia. Rakabwa. Rabba Wa'ai. Yahweh. Yahaya. Mataya. Mathiam. Kwa Mathawa. Mama Nawa. Mama Nawa. Kwa Nath Yawa. Verse 43. What? Yeah, so like in verse 3. I'm just getting way here. Wataza Payath. Athawa. Zahab. Tahawar. Ath. Gagawa. Wa'ath. Kwaya Rath Yawa. Sabayab. Wa'ath. Kwara Nath Yawa. Wa'ai Shayath. Lawa. Zara. Zahab. Sabayab. That's in verse 3.
The book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 43. And there I will meet with the children of Israel, and the tabernacle shall be sanctified by my glory. Verse 44. And I will sanctify the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar. I will sanctify also both Aaron and his sons to minister to me in the priest's office. Verse 45. And I will dwell among the children of Israel and will be their God. Verse 46. And they shall know that I am the Lord their God, that brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, that I may dwell among them. I am the Lord their God.
Think about how important that is. Think about how all our lives we grew up in a Christian church, right? That told us that God loved everybody and, you know what I mean? All this nonsense. Meanwhile, if you open the book, it's very obvious that it's talking about one group of people. You know what I'm saying? We break it down all the time that God is racist. You know what I'm saying? That is a what? A possessive pronoun. We talked about it in the Hebrew class yesterday, right? You know what I'm saying? It is it's an article possessive. It specifies who this thing belongs to. He said, I am the Lord, their God. So if it's If it's your car, Mahayar, whose car is it not? It ain't mine. If it's your car, it ain't mine. And if it's their car, it ain't mine. Meanwhile, these devils is out here taking this Bible and pretending that it's theirs or whatever, trying to claim the nerve, the audacity. The Most High is our power. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's the creator of, please, what you got, Sadat? Man, because they really only reading like 4 or 5 verses over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? But if you go to the meat and potatoes of the Bible, the whole book, like the general brought out the other day, it's like it's very rare that there's a verse that's talking about somebody who's not an Israelite. And when it is, usually it's calling them some horrible name, like a heathen, uncircumcised, it's saying that they ain't nothing. What you got, Sadat? Right. Esau, I hate it. And it also says in Amos, I laid his cities to waste, desolate. The Most High hates the other races, man. He hates them. And we reading it right now, man. So don't let nobody tell you that, God loves everybody. Ask your Christian pastor, if you're watching the Isupk class, right, and you still going to the church, right? Just when they go ask your Christian pastor, what is Exodus 29 and 46 talking about? Why did the Most High say, and I shall be their God? Ask him. He gonna start stuttering, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna know what to say. Salaki, keep reading, brother.
The book of Exodus, chapter 30, verse 46. And they shall know that I am the Lord, their God, that brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, that I may dwell among them. I am the Lord, their God. Chapter 30, book of Exodus, chapter 30, verse 1. And thou shalt make an altar to burn incense upon. Of shittim wood shalt thou make it. Salakia, I have a question about that in verse 1, chapter 30, verse 1. And when it says incense, now exactly what incense are they talking about? Are they talking about the sticks like we use today, or are they talking like tree barks or the rocks?
So it doesn't specify whether or not it's a stick or whether, but more than likely it wouldn't have been like the way you think of incense, like a long stick,
Yeah.
like that. It doesn't denote that. It means, again, it says sweet smoke of sacrifice, incense, perfume, so it's the smell. It doesn't really matter, you know what I mean, whether or not it's the long, whatever. This would, put it this way, what we do right here,
Yeah.
we consider incense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we don't use this long sticks.
Yeah.
We use what? We use the franken myrrh with the coal and the little rocks, and we put it on and it smokes up. That would still be considered incense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Incense is not the shape of what you're using. It's what it's the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to get it smoking and smelling good up in this piece.
Yeah.
So that's what it's talking about.
Speaking of, if I may, and speaking of sweet, I don't know, we must burn some new stuff today because that stuff smells different.
It do. It smells a little different.
It smells different than the stuff we normally burn.
I think it had less of a burn smell. What you got?
Oh, that's what it is.
My brothers is on another level. I can't keep up with y'all Hebrews.
Good.
Most High in Christ. It was smoky up in here too, man. I love it. Come on, bro.
The book of Exodus, chapter 30, verse 1. And thou shalt make an altar to burn incense upon, of shittim wood shalt thou make it.
That's the altar. Altar made of shit.
Come. Verse 2. A cubit shall be the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof. 4 square shall it be, and 2 cubits shall be the height thereof. The horns thereof shall be the same. Shall be of the same. Quick question. Exactly, I know this is measurements when we're talking about cubics, but now exactly what is 4 square? What would that be in measurement terms? Like, what would that? I don't know. And this is on Blue Letter Bible too, right?
I think it just means something that's square.
Mm-hmm.
It just means it's right. That's the water, brother. Because that's what I was trying to get out. I couldn't say it. Hold on. Even on all sides. So 4 square just means imagine the 4 corners of it, and it's the same length. So it's like something. You ever heard of a square foot?
Yeah.
Right, like that. It's
Okay.
square. It's the same on all dimensions.
Right. Okay. Verse 3.
That's why it says a cubit shall be the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth. So the length and the width is the same. That's why it's saying 4 square it shall be. It's going to be squared off. It's gonna be the same on all sides.
Makes sense. Verse 3. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, the top thereof, and the sides thereof round about, and the horns thereof, and thou shalt make unto it a crown of gold round about.
Please. Salaki, bro. Let's turn it on.
Y'all notice how when we read the scriptures and we talk about like how we build stuff, what do we always decorate it with, man? What? Gold, man. You understand? All gold, everything, man. And that, think of that as being normal. You know what I'm saying? Like the oppressor, he's sitting there trying to take up all the jewels of the earth, all the, you know what I'm saying, these glorious, you know what I'm saying, things that the Lord provided, and lock it up and then overcharge everything for it. You know what I'm saying? When we rule this earth, man, it's gonna be normal. It's gonna be normal. You know what I'm saying? Like the value that they try to give it ain't even all that to us. It's just normal, man. It's like putting on clothes for us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, you know what I mean? It's just like the flavor that we just add to this place, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you think Negroes go and kill and die, you know what I'm saying, just to get that gold? Because it's ours anyways, man. You know what I'm saying? And we pose to have it, and we going to have it one day. You know what I mean? We're going to get everything that belongs to us back.
If I could, just to piggyback on what you're saying, Mahayar, it's heavy. The fact that, and again, every time I read these scriptures, you read these scriptures, just notice that in damn near every verse in the Bible, there's a clue to who this is talking about. There's a clue that this Bible is not talking about these other nations. It ain't talking about these heathens. A goddamn Chinese man don't know about no goddamn gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Not to say that none of them will wear it, you know what I mean? But they look at it like, oh, well, it's worth, on the stock market. So let me go buy up some gold, but to a black man, just the way it looks, a black man see gold and is just like, yo, I need it. I gotta have it. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it is. That gold just represents us, man. You know what I mean? And even if you go look at the ancient Aztecs and the ancient Mayans, little kids will be running around with gold bracelets and earrings, and that's just how we rock out. You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely, you can tell it's talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Please, brother, continue. You got something?
Real gold too.
It's gonna be gold everywhere, man. Gold in everything. Diamonds and gold and just gold all over the place. Right. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get it just like that. Like you see, and Salak, if I may, let's go hold this one real quick. We're gonna get this table, man. We're gonna get it, looking real. See, we already got some ornaments and fly things. We're gonna get some more, man. It's gonna be real, yeah, man. Glorious. You go to other schools and everything all throughout the country, man. You see things like this flooding on the table because that's our spirit, man. That's our spirit. You see Captain Kaposh and them. Shout out to the Kentucky 8, Salaki, real quick. Shout out to the Kentucky 8. You know what I mean? Them brothers deserve all the goddamn praise and glory, man, for what they did, man. Really representing this truth, One West to the fullest. You know what I mean? But we continue in the tradition that we're reading about right here in the scriptures, right? Gold on everything. This is glorious. And that's the same thing we try to do right here in One West, Isupk. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, bro. You know what I mean? Keep going. Please, Johnson. In gold. Disgusting.
That's how much we just use gold. Like Scripture said, the street's gonna be paved in gold.
Paved in gold. And now imagine somebody coming and destroying our altar. After we reading about all the work we put into building, right, and somebody coming and destroying our temple.
How long that probably took?
Good night. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, GP.
It's like we'll finish. Oh, come. The book of Exodus, chapter 30, verse 3. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, the top thereof, and the sides thereof, round about, and the horns thereof, and thou shalt make unto it a crown of gold round about.
And with that, the Samadium up here. Call up the next brother. Yanazar, if you could come present yourself. You know what I'm saying? For y'all, for those of you who are watching, you know what I'm saying, what we doing, man, this is you know what I'm saying, normal Israelite culture, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that Hebrew, that Lashawan Kodash, you know what I'm saying? You Yashab. You know what I'm saying? Let's be seated. You know what I'm saying? You can tune into these classes, man, you gonna learn it, man. You know what I'm saying? Take them baby steps. You know what I'm saying? Look up that blue letter Bible. You know what I'm saying? Follow along where we at. You know what I'm saying? You got more questions, you contact this school, man. You Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man. We teach our people, man. You know what I'm saying? We spend all this money to go to school, learn Spanish and French and Latin, all these nonsense languages, man. You come learn your native tongue here for free. That's right. You understand? Free, man. We ain't gonna charge you nothing. You know what I mean?
Exodus chapter 30, verse 4. Washathia, the Ba'ith, Zahab, Fa'asha, Lawa, Mathakath, Lazarawa, Al, Shathia, Tiza La'aitha, Tizala, Aithiawa, Aisha, Al, Shanya, Tazadayawa, Yahweh, Wahaya, Salakia, Labathium, Labadium, Lasha'ath, Athwa, Bahama. Verse 5. The book of Exodus, chapter 30, verse 5. Wa Ashayath, Ath, Habadium, Tazayah, Shatayim, Wataza Payath, Athum, Zahab. Verse 6. Wanath Faha. Is that correct? Wanafaha. 30 and 6. The first word. Wanafatha. Yeah. Wanafatha. Okay, Khan. Athawa. Lapanya. Wabaha Parakath Ashar Al Aaron Hatazath Haidath Hayadath Lapanya Hakaparath Ashar Al Haidath Ashar Awa Ad Laka Shema. Verse 7. Wa hakwata yar hakwata wa hakata war to yar. Eliyawa Aharan Quatarath Samayan Babakor Khan Arwan Khan Bahaya Tayabawa. What's that word? Bahaya Tayabwa. Bahaya Tayabwa. Khan Arwan Khan Tuara. Ath Hanarath Yakwata Ya Rana. Verse 8. Wabaha Ilaf Aharon Ath Hanarath Bayan Ha'ai Rabayam Yakwatas we just said it. Yakwa Taya Rana Quatarath Famayad Lapanya Yahweh Ladarafiakum verse 9. La'a fa ayalawa ayalayawa Quatarath Zorah wa ayla wamanaka wanasak la'a fasakawa aliyawa. Verse 10. Wakapar Aharon Al Quaranathiawa Akath Bashana Madam Kata'ath Hakaparium Akath Bashana Yakapar Aliyawa Ladarathiakum Kodashium Hawa'a La Yahweh. Verse 11. Wayadabar Yahweh Al Mashah La Amar verse 12. Oh, it's supposed to stop at 10. I read up. Con at one con. Okay, so you should start at 11, right? So start at 4. The book of Exodus, chapter 30, verse 4 in the English. And 2 golden rings shalt thou make to it under the crown of it, by the 2 corners thereof. Upon the 2 sides of it shalt thou make it, and they shall be for places for the staves to bear it withal. Verse 5, and thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood, overlay them with gold. Verse 6, and thou shalt put it before the veil that is by the ark of the testimony, before the mercy seat that is over the testimony, where I will meet with thee. Verse 7, and Aaron shall burn thereon sweet incense every morning. When he dresseth the lamps, he shall burn incense upon it. Verse 8, and when Aaron lighteth the lamps at even, he shall burn incense upon it, a perpetual incense before the Lord throughout your generations. Verse 9, ye shall offer no strange incense thereon, nor burnt sacrifices, nor meat offering, neither shall ye pour drink offering thereon.
I'm not sure on that.
I've never heard of that one.
They're probably talking about, how them Hamites be.
What are Hamites? What do they use for incense?
Man, they got plenty of different, to serve their guys. There's plenty of different types
Right.
of incense out there. Indians too.
Con.
Certain things that they things that they burn to summon.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Con. Okay.
What's it called? Africans got one called 5 powers.
Yup.
Yeah.
Sage. Con.
That's one of them.
Yup. That would be an example of that. Right. Where you know what I mean, something that you would burn to a false god, a fake god, some other, you know what I mean, something that the other nations be worshiping or whatever.
So,
You know what I'm saying? Please.
so he wants to use the same incense all the time. Like when you burning these incense, whatever, frankincense and myrrh, whatever they are, those are the ones you got to use all the time.
And I believe it's 5. You know what I'm saying? That's biblical that we use.
It's not just frank and myrrh. There's
Right.
Other,
That was the next verse.
Other oils.
there's other oils and other incense that we use to burn. Like how y'all said, you're absolutely right, brother. Water. Strange, like strange gods. Strange incense would be like, to say somebody, if somebody came in here like, oh, y'all see y'all burning some frank and myrrh, let me burn some sage up in here. Let's get some, like, no. You know what I'm saying? Not that sage itself is unlawful,
Right.
but burning sage is associated with another god in that way, so we wouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, go ahead. I think it is as well. I'm pretty sure it is. But black, really weird, worldly black women believe that burning sage is gonna get the spirit of that nigga out the house. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I remember Jill Muhammad said, I know he just said this recently. He was saying like burning sage itself is not the law.
Right.
But he was just saying, like you're trying to cleanse the
Right.
air.
Exactly. Whenever you read, here's the thing. Whenever you real quick. Whenever you see online, right, or you read of somebody burning sage, they ain't burning sage because it smells good. You know what I mean? They're burning sage and they walking around the house like, oh, let's get these demons up out of here. You know, we got to cleanse the, you know what I mean, the chakras. That's what you got, Sadak. The demon just like, yo, word, like Most High in Christ. The demon just sitting here like, oh, we decorating now? We making it smell good in here? No sweat. You know what I mean? I'm going to stay a little bit longer. That sage don't do nothing. But when people burn sage, that's what they think. It comes from all kinds of worship, voodoo and worshiping fake gods and things like that, right? So like the brother said, with strange incense, that would be an example of burning strange. Ain't nobody burning no goddamn sage in here. You know what I mean? It ain't happening. You got something else, brother?
I do, but
You sure? Can't, brother.
And this is verse 10. And Aaron shall make an atonement upon the horns of it once in a year with the blood of the sin offering of atonement. Once in the year shall he make atonement upon it throughout your generation. It is most holy unto the Lord.
I don't believe it is, but I'm not sure. I don't think when it says the Day of Atonement, they break that down. Well, it should be on the thing right there. What scripture is it?
Leviticus 23, 27.
Yeah, atonement doesn't always mean the Day of Atonement. You know what I'm saying? Atonement can just like a sin offering, sacrifice. It's an atonement for our sins and things like that. But I don't think this one is talking about the Day of Atonement. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So with that, go ahead, bro.
All right, so with that, Amadium, just up here. Brother, if you could present yourself, Baba Kashaw.
Officer Kaparia, Banya Howard, Banya Shal. Yahbashim Yam Shabrakta.
Yahabashim now Shabrakta.
And just Yashab up here. You know what I'm saying? And real quick too, you know what I'm saying? Like another reason why this language is so important, man. You know what I'm saying? This native tongue we speak is so important because what happens when you have different languages? What does that cause in itself? Separation. You understand? Remember why the Lord confounded the tongues of the people anyway, to separate them. You understand? Like we are a holy people, man. You know what I'm saying? You should want to come speak your native tongue. You understand what I'm saying? To separate yourself from this disgusting place. You know what I'm saying? From this wicked place, man. Like, we got to get back to what's ours. You know what I'm saying? Our culture, man. Our identity, which is in this Bible. You understand? The book of Exodus, chapter 11, so like it's chapter 30, verse 11. Waya Debar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, La'amor. Verse 12. Kaya, Thasha, Ath, Ra'ash, Banya, Yasha'ala, La Lapaqua Dayaham, Wanathanawa, Ayash, Kapar, Napashwa, Layahawa, Bapaquar, Athum, Wala'a, Yahaya, Bahum, Nagap, Bapaquar, Baquada, Athum. Verse 13. Zaha, Yathanawa, Cow, Ha'abar, Al, Hapakwadayam, Makatazaya, Makatazayath, Hashaqual, Bashaqual, Haquadash, Asharayim, Gara, Hashakwal, Makatazayath, Hashakwal, Tharawa Ma, Layahawa. Verse 14. Cow, Hi ha I bar. Ow, Hagakwa Radum. Ha Hagakwa Dayum. Mabun. Aisha Rayum. Shana. Wama la. Yathun. Tharawa Moth. Yahweh. Verse 15. I Shayar. I Shayar. Al. So like la Yaraba. Wahadal. Wahadala. La'a. Yama'ai Yata. Mamakata Zayath. Hashakwal. Lathath. Atha. Wamath. Yahweh. Laka Lakapar. Al. Napa Shata Napash Thayakam. Verse 16. Walakwa Kath. Ath. Kasap. Haka Pa Rayum. Caparium. Hakaparium. Ma'ath. Banaya. Okay. Yasha'ala. Wanathath. Athwa. Al. Abadath. Ahal. Maba'aid. Wahaya. Labunya. Yasha'ala. Lazaka Rawan. Lapanya. Yahweh. Lakapar. Al. Napash Tayakam. I think that was 17. Okay, yeah. Verse 17. Wayadabar. Yahweh. Al. Masha. La Amar. That's in verse 17. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying, real quick, like don't, you know what I'm saying, don't be afraid, you know what I'm saying, to stumble over these words, man, and you know what I mean, sound crazy. I know, but sometimes I be saying you might say something off the wall that's not even near, you know what I'm saying, what it's supposed to be, but it's like, I mean, this is what we all had to do that learning English. You know what I'm saying? Like this is part of, you know what I'm saying, that being reborn again, man. Shedding yourself with this world, you know what I'm saying, and becoming brand new. You know what I'm saying? Like we babies in here, man. We trying to get to where we can speak this language fluently. You know what I'm saying? We still at the beginning, like, you know what I'm saying, Jenny Johanna always say, we just scraping the top of the orange, man. We just peeling, you know what I'm saying, across the top. We ain't even got, you know what I'm saying, as you know what I'm saying, deep in this truth, or deep in these scriptures as we, you know what I'm saying, gonna be in the future, man. In due time. Like, we gotta take the baby steps, man. Make those sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Fight through the stumbling and the mumbling just like babies do, man. You understand? We can't be afraid, you know what I'm saying, to mess up. You know what I'm saying? We're messing up our whole life. You can't mess up a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid, man.
Say, because we all, some of us got kids. We all have been kids at one point in our life, and we was stumbling through them English words. You know what I'm saying? My father told me that I could not say the word drink to save my life. I couldn't say it. It was something to dink. I could not say pause. I could not say the word drink. I said it enough, and my dad said it enough, and I was like, you know what, Dad? I would like to drink. I said it just like that, too. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, yeah, you stumble through it, and eventually we going to get there. What you got, Sadat? Right. We all got a cousin or some family member who got a name based on somebody not being able to say their name properly. You know what I'm saying? And that it just end up sticking. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Go ahead, GP.
The book of Exodus, chapter 30, verse 11. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, when thou takest the sum of the children of Israel after their number, then shall they give every man a ransom for his soul unto the Lord. When thou numberest them, that there be no plague among them, when thou numberest them. Verse 13. This they shall give, everyone that passes among them that are numbered, half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary. A shekel is 20 gerahs, and half a shekel shall be the offering of the Lord. Verse 14. Everyone that passeth among them that are numbered from 20 years old and above shall give an offering unto the Lord. Verse 15. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a shekel, when they give an offering unto the Lord, to make an atonement for your souls. Verse 16. And thou shalt take the atonement money of the children of Israel, and shall appoint it for the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, that it may be a memorial unto the children of Israel before the Lord, to make an atonement for your souls. Verse 17. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
So this up here, Mighty. Yanazar, if you could present yourself, Baba Kashar.
The book of Exodus, chapter 30, verse 18. Shayaf Kayawar Nakashath. Wakanawa. Nakashath. Walara. Kataza. Wanathath. Athawa. Bayan. Ahol. Wayaad. Wabayan. Hamazabak. Wanathath. Shema. Mayan. Verse 19. Warak Tazawa. Aharan. Wabanyawa. Mamanawa. Ath. Yadayahum. Wa'ath. Ragol Yahum. Verse 20. Baba Al Ahol Maba Aid Yarak Tazawa Mayum Wala'a Yamathwa Bagashathum Bagashathum Al Hamazabak Lasharath Lahakwatazayar Asha La Yahweh Verse 21. Warakatazawa Yadayahum Wa Ragol Layahum Wala'a Yamathwa Yahayafa Salakia Wahayafa verse 21 Lahum Kak is it Kakwa Iwalum Elazara Iwa Ladarathum verse 22 Wayadabar Yahweh Al Masha La Amar verse 23 Wa'atha Kwaka Laka Bashamayim Ra'ash Mar Darawar Kamash Ma'aiwath Wakwa Naman Basham Ma Kataza Yafawa Makatazayathwa Makatazayathwa. Hamashayim, Hamashayim, Wama'athium, Wakana, Bashum, Hamashium, Wama'athium. Verse 23.
The one thing I definitely love about this language is how, like, when words connect together, like the sound makes sense. You know, it's like, you know, when you look at this, some English words, I know Tabawan can attest to this, but some English words is like, when you're reading it, you like, there's no way those letters should go together, and it makes that sound. You know what I mean? Like, it makes no damn sense. You know what I'm saying? But this, our language, because we the salt of the earth, you know what I mean? We make it short, sweet, and simple, man. Simple to understand, simple to read, simple to learn. You know what I'm saying? This bastard tongue is just so damn complicated. I'm pretty sure Tabawan can tell you all the levels that you know what I'm saying, could pass just to reach, you know what I'm saying, the top of the food chain to really understand what we call English. You know what I'm saying? Just
Let me please, if I may, you know what I mean? I don't ever, talk about it because it don't mean a damn thing to me. Because I'm in a UPK, you know what I'm saying, under Commander General Hanna. So whatever I did in the world is absolute filth as far as I'm concerned. But the brother's talking about, I went to school, you know what I mean, and was an English major and studied it for 6 years, right? I had ended up getting what they call in the world a master's degree in English literature. And let me tell you, this language is so stupid and disgusting. And when I read this Hebrew, it's so tawab because I'm telling you, when we get to where we're gonna be, everybody in here, we young, relatively in this. You talk to them captains, talk to them generals. You know what I mean? Like they always bring the general, he'll be talking English and just throw Hebrew in there out of the blue, and you be like, what the hell did he just say? Like, he just throw it in there. When we get there, this language makes so much more sense than this English bastard tongue. It makes so much more to a black man, to a black Hispanic man. The way we speak, this language is ours. You can tell it's ours. And everything makes sense. When you hear certain, for example, the brother just said a phrase. He said, Makat Zayath, right? So already when I hear that, what do we hear in it? There's other words in it that we hear. We hear Kataza. We hear Makataza. And I promise you, if we were to do just a little bit of background checking on the root words and everything, we would find all of those words connect. All those words in some way, shape, or form relate to one another. And that's what it is. Meanwhile, in English, it ain't like that. You got a word and it be silent, a letter be silent. You're like, what the hell? If it's silent, why is it there? Knowledge. Why is that? You know what I mean? That is absolutely insane. So I'm saying, it's like a brother said, it's imperative for us to want to get back into this language. Right. You know what I mean? Just take, get the just start with the alphabet. Start with the alphabet and start to get those letters, those mas and kas and salaki and tazaz. Get them in your, in your spirit, in your vocabulary, and start to say them consistently. And when you start to read, I'm telling you, it's gonna flow like water. It's just gonna flow, and everything's gonna start to make more and more sense. You know what I'm saying? And there's a part before we continue, and if you read the Apocrypha, there's a part that tells you that when you read in the scriptures, even in the English, the King James is the best we got. In English, it's the absolute best we got. I don't care what anybody tells you. If they tell you there's another version in English better than the King James version, they're lying. This is the most accurate thing we got, and even it has some mistakes. But when you read it in that Hebrew, brother, it comes full circle. You know what I'm saying? That's why we go into the Hebrew in the Isupk. We're not just going to slack and just read English. We're going to go into the Hebrew so we can really get an understanding of what's going on. What you got, Kapaya? Oh, please. He about to say, I'm probably need the mic for this one. He about to pause. He about to, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? About to be some heat.
I'll just sit up front. I got a precept. Just as soon as you said it, it hit my mind. The book of Ecclesiasticus. So like in the Apocrypha, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1, verse 1. Well, Salaki, actually it's in the Comic-Con. For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. And not and not only these things, but the law itself.
The truth. Damn right. Most High in Christ, the water, brother. It's not a precept because it's not a verse, but it is, it relates to what we're doing. That's why every single Saturday, man, and let me say, Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah for commanding General Yohana for keeping this truth, man, keeping these traditions. These brothers was doing since 1969. Here we are in 2020 still doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Brothers throwing on their garments, throwing on their wrist, their wrist joints, their armlets and everything, and going and getting their head wraps, their head pieces, and reading this Hebrew and breaking it down. You know what I mean? We got to keep that tradition so that way, why? We can understand it. That's why when a brother asks a question about what does this mean, the first thing we do is, well, let's see what the Hebrew says. Let's see what it means in the Hebrew. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to be able to get the understanding from that. So, the water, go ahead, bro. Don't feel bad. It's complete and utter garbage. And let me tell you something. If you go to the upper echelon classes, like when I was in graduate school, first of all, everyone in there is a Caucasian female. Everyone. Like I was like the only brother in the program. Everyone in there is a Caucasian female, and they be talking, and I was sitting there like, what? Even me studying it, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a bunch of nonsense. So this language is masculine, you know what I mean, and it's Tawab, and this is the language that we need to start speaking more often. You know what I'm saying? Salakia for holding you up, Yonazar. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 30, verse 23. Wa'atha, waka, laka, bashamayim, ra'ash, Mar or Mara, Darawar, Kamash, Kamash, Ma'arath, Ma'awath, Salakia, Quanamun, Wa Quanamun, Bashum, Akatazaya, Ma Katazaya Thawa. Oh, Ma Katazayathwa. Ma Katazayathwa. Khan at one Khan. Kamashium. Wa Amathium. Wakana. Bashum. Wa Ma'athium. Yeah, I said Kamashi. Wa Ma'athium. Verse 24. Wakwada, Kamash, Amawath, Bashakwal, Hakwadash, Washaman, Zayath, Hayan. Verse 25. Oh, that was it? Okay, Kanawan Khan. The book of Exodus in the English, chapter 30, verse 18. And thou shalt also make a laver of brass, and his foot also of brass. Could we look up laver? I don't know what that is. Laver, L-A-V-E-R. And thou shalt make also a laver of brass, and his foot also of brass, to withal. And thou shalt put it between the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar, and thou shalt put water therein.
What was the word?
Laver.
Laver.
Seems like it's a vessel of some sort. 18, second line.
I got you. Thou shalt also make a laver, a war,
Some kind of vessel.
like a dish.
Oh, kana one kan.
You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. There's one in here. There's one in here. That. See that brass thing
Yeah.
with the coal in?
Yeah.
It says something round as excavated aboard, i.e., a chafing dish for coals or a cauldron for cooking. So it just means it's like a bowl.
Okay, kana one kan. Verse.
It says a laver of brass.
That's it.
Laver of brass. Right there.
The water. Verse 19. For Aaron and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet therewith.
So this
Thereat.
particular laver is not one for coals or for
big.
cooking. This laver is for them to have water so they can wash their hands
in their feet.
and their feet. So when they walk in, this is a bowl of water. They walk in and get their hands, wash their feet if they need to. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 20. When they go into the tabernacle of the congregation, they shall wash with water, that they die not. Or when they come near to the altar to minister, to burn offering made by fire unto the Lord. So, if I may. So that's saying, like, if you don't wash, you could die.
It sounds like that.
That's what it sounds. Con out of one
That's
con.
what it sounds like you're saying. You know what I mean?
Salagi out of one.
No, Salaki. It's the wild. I'm just saying, you're right. Like, it was the job of the Levitical priest was something
serious,
else.
man. It was
Because you
serious.
got to think of it like this is a time when the Most High was, nigh unto us in such a way where when Moses had to go deal with the Most High, the rest of us was like, yo, we don't want to go up there. We don't want to go. We don't want to be near him. There's thunder. There's lightning. The ground is shaking beneath our feet. It's like a perpetual earthquake. We don't want the smoke, literally. So the Levitical priests basically were taking the job, Moses' job. You know what I mean? They were where at one point it was just Moses dealing with the Most High, and then he dealt with us. The Levitical priests were now there. They were the ones who supposed to. The Most High is connected with them or dealing with them. They're the ones who do the sacrifices. They're the ones who go up on the altar or whatever, and the rest of us just go to them whenever we needed something done. So a Judite, we would never, ever, ever, a Judite would never, ever be on the altar at this time. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have done that. That wasn't our job. As a Judite, we have to deal with the Levites. As an Issacharite, so on and so forth, Benjamite. The Levitical priests is the ones who handle all the biz when it comes to our relationship with the Most High. So that's why these fake Israelites kill me, because there's always been a mediator between us and the Most High. Always. Always has been. Always will be. There's always somebody who we have to, if we had an issue where we needed to go, you know what I'm saying, consult the Most High, if we had a dream or whatever was going on, did we just say to ourselves, yeah, I talked to God last night, young Joe. Yeah, I talked to him. You know what I'm saying? He was telling me it's about to get crazy out here. No, we didn't do that. If anything we had to do concerning the Most High, a sacrifice, a feast, whatever it was, at this time, we had to go to the Levites. Straight up. They were the mediator between the rest of the tribes and the Most High. All right?
And if I may, we also want to denote the emphasis on cleanliness, man.
Damn right.
That's it.
Wash. I should not tell you.
Verse 21. So they shall wash their hands and their feet, that they die not, and it shall be a statute forever to them, even to him and to his seed throughout their generations. Verse 22. Moreover, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take thou also unto thee principal spices of pure myrrh, 500 shekels, and of sweet cinnamon half so much, even 250 shekels, and of sweet calamus 250 shekels. Verse 24, and of cassia 500 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, and of oil, olive, and hin. Verse 25, and thou shalt make it an oil of holy ointment, an ointment compound after the art of the apothecary. Apothecary. I don't know what that word means. It's like some kind of skill. This is verse 25, next to the end, next to the last line. So I was supposed to end at 24, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24. Okay, count on my count. Most High Christ. Most High Christ. Most High.
I already had this in mind.
So just up here, Micah. Call the next brother to present himself.
Parya, GP. Let's go, brother. Kaparya, Banya Hawada, Banya Sha'ala. Yahweh Shemel Shabakatah. As this brother is the last reader, of course he will, we got to give him some wine. That's how it goes. Salakia. I'm going to go ahead and read from Exodus chapter 30 and verse 25 in the Hebrew. Why Shayath, Athawa, Shaman, Mashakath, Kodash, Rakwak, Mara Kwakath, Ma'aisha, Rakwak, Shaman, Mashakath, Kodash, Yahya, verse 26. Wamashakath, Bawa, Ath, Ahol, Mawa'id, Wa'ath, Aharun, Arawan, Ha'idath, verse 27. Wa'ath, Shalakan, Wa'ath, Cow, Kalyua, Wa'ath, Hamanara, Wa'ath, Kalaya, Wa'ath, Mazabak, Ha Quatarath, verse 28. Wa'ath, Mazabak, Ha'ila, Wa'ath, Kal, Kalyua, Wa'ath, Hakayar, Wa'ath, Kanawa, verse 29. Wakwadashath, it's like Wakwadashta, Athum, Wahayawa, Kwadash, Kwadashium, Kal, Hanagai, Bahum, Yakwadash, verse 30. Wa'ath, Aharun, Wa'ath, Banyawa, Thamashak, Wakwadashta, Athum, Lakahan, Laya. Verse 31. Wa'al, Banya, Yasha'ala, Dadabar, La'amar, Shaman, Mashakath, Kwadash, Yahaya, Za, Laya, La Dorathiakum. Salakia. That's the last in verse 31. That's the last one.
The book of Exodus, chapter 30, verse 25. And thou shalt make it an oil of holy ointment, an ointment compound after the art of the apothecary. It shall be in holy anointing oil. Did we ever look up what that was?
Thou shalt make it in a holy ointment compound after the art of apothecary. It shall be a holy ointment. Think of it, it's a mixture, right? So the word apothecary, Slakia, compound, or quack. It's the same word or similar. So if you look, it says a primitive root, compound, make, ointment, prepare, spice, makes compound, perfumer, compounder, right? Or to mix. It says to spice, to season oil for making ointments, right? Whosoever. So, okay, you know what I think it is? I'm going to tell you what I believe it is. It's like think like the frank and myrrh. How we have the frank and myrrh sometimes in one vessel, and it's like grinded together. So the apothecary, I believe, is like you're grinding a substance or several substances into one thing to be used for an incense or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You got the definition there, Yanazar? What does it say? Yeah, well, it definitely ain't a drug dealer. Not in that way. I get what. Mm-hmm. See, it says, this is the definition in Wikipedia, is one term for a medical professional who formulates and dispenses materia medica to physicians, surgeons, and patients. Again, so it's almost, think of it like like someone who mixes herbs and spices together for different purposes. In this sense, we're talking about it for the sake of the incense. So it's like us taking, I got a little frank over here, a little frankincense. I got a little myrrh over here. I'm going to put it together in one thing, grind it up into a nice dust, so that way we can use it for the incense. So that's what it's talking about when it says the apothecary here. This what says the art of it, the art of mixing compounds, right?
So this is, sorry, Jonas, you have some more? Oh, okay. So it's basically almost like what Captain Cesariot does with the oils, but
That is exactly what it is.
okay.
That is exactly what it is. Like what Captain Cesariot does with the oils, it's the art of apothecary, of mixing different things so you can get some fourth dimension. You can get some freaking myrrh. You can get all these different fragrances and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to have to get in that myself then. Verse 26, and thou shalt anoint the tabernacle of the congregation therewith, and the ark of the testimony. Verse 27, and the table and all his vessels, and the candlesticks and his vessels, and the altar of incense. Verse 28, and the altar of burnt offerings with all his vessels, and the laver and his foot. Verse 29, and thou shalt sanctify them, that they may be most holy. Whatsoever touches them shall be holy. Verse 30, and thou shalt anoint Aaron and his sons, and consecrate them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office.
Understand? So just telling you that what Aaron and his sons had to do, what we all in here had to do it. What did we all have to do to be where we are now? Go ahead, bro.
Had to get the oil poured on that.
Damn right. We had to get that oil poured on our heads, man. We had to get anointed. So Aaron and his sons all had to be anointed so they can do what? Be in the priest's office. Think of it like a job. They can do the job of a priest. So we all had to get anointed so we can do the job of a priest. Now we're under the order of Melchizedek, so all these different tribes we're all priests. We're a nation of priests. You understand? But back then it was saying, Aaron, all your sons got to be anointed. You know what I mean? You got to put the oil on their heads so they can do this job. You understand? But yeah, so we're going to clip it right there, man. We just ended That was Exodus chapter 30 and verse 30. All right. So next week, we're going to pick it back up at Exodus chapter 30 and verse 31. All right. And so with that, oh, you can go ahead and call him. Use the mic slide.
Men of Israel, gird thyselves, try to salute the Torah.
How about Shimon Shai brought you up?
Wapanya Kodam. Which means rise and face ease. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Quadash. Haya. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwatka. Taba'a. Ratazayaka. Haya. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Haya. Bashamayum. Latananawa. Lakam. Cow. Yawam. Wasalak Nawa. Kabawat Nawa. Kasalak Nawa. Kabawati Nawa. Wala'a. Tabi'ai Nawa. Bonasaya 1. Abal. Hai Nawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wataparat. Lawalonium. Aman.
In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Al Damayalaka. Al Takarash. Wa Al Tashakwat. Al Kayahana. Iwabyaka. Yahama. Yawan. Ra'ash. Al Aimaka. Yarayamwa. Sawada. Wayata. Ya'aitazawa. Al Tazapawanyaka. Amarwa. Lakawa. Wanakakinam. Magalia. Wala'a. Yazakar. Shamya Shala. Awada. Kaya. Nawa'aitazawa. Laba. Yakharwa. Awyaka. Baryath. Yakarathwa. Aholia. Arawam. Wa. Yashama. Alayam. Mawa'aba. Wahagorium. Gabal. Wa Mawan. Wa Malak. Palashath. Am Yeshabia. Tazawar. Gam Ashawar. Nalawa. Amam. Hayawa. Zarawai. Labanya Lawat. Salah. Ashalaham. Kamadian. Kasaya. Sara'ah, Kayabyan, Banakol, Kwayashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayandara, Hayawa, Daman, Larama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yamawa, Karab, Wakazaba, Wakazabak, Wakatazol, Manai, Kaunasai Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Ath, Naawath, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Lapanyarabaka, Kaash, Tabiaira Yaira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Harayam, Khan, Taradatma, Basairaka, Wabasa, Wapatka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Waya, Bakwashwa, Shumka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahawa, Ayaid, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya, Dawa, Kaya, Ata, Shemka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al Kaha Rataza.
Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes, as Zabah and as Almunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Aisha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Haharium, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayam, Wa'arataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Wagalka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Sharamor, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazolka, Aliyad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamorka, Makarai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaaka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'ita, Wa'ayrawalam.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
Pray for the power. Yahweh. By Shem Yahushua. Baba Kashah. Lathundanawa. Hakak. Hakak. Lar Pa'ah. Kal Marawa. So like Kal Makala. Wakal Marawa. Hakak. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakak. Lahakwim. Hamathim. Hakak. Awakarawath. Hatamaya Allah. Lagarashan. By Shem Yahushua. The water Aman.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it.
Pray for the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shah. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Matazab Ya'ah. Ala Wap Yahana. Ha Ala Wapium. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kotazayanyam. Ha Koyoyoyam. Wa Agwatian. Yahweh. Bashim Yahusha. Tawara Aman.
In English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Let loose all the plagues. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you always. So be it.
Which means a turn.